Yeah, Coach, I guess just big picture, how important is this win, and what did you feel were the keys? A lot of guys made contributions, but from the coach's chair, what were the biggest keys to you guys getting this one?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start off. I'm going to say the biggest key was that crowd out there. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, that's what makes this place so special. When they're making their run and our crowd kept willing us, to keep fighting and every possession. So I want to thank this crowd for their efforts tonight, because that's a huge deal in college basketball. When you got a home court like we have, that's a big advantage. And when that place is loud and rocking like that, it's a big deal for us. And so thanks to everyone that came out and brought the noise themselves. And then, from a team standpoint, I just thought, collectively there was just a lot of guys that brought fight in a lot of different ways, and it's a tough matchup. They're really big inside. They create some problems there. I thought Connor Enright, 40 minutes of chasing Smith around. That's not an easy deal, because that's if not the best guard in the country right there, and he creates a lot of their stuff for them. And I thought he gave incredible effort the whole night and cramping and everything, and then he continued to fight through it. So made a big three late, made 2 free throws, but I could go down the list. I'm just proud of this team. They've continued to battle and work, like I've been telling you. It's they had a little tough stretch, but they continue to believe in the work they were putting in, and so I'm proud of them to see the results they've had here on a road win and then now a big home win.
Yeah, Darian, you talk about kind of trying to close out a close game late. You've talked about Connor's veteran savvy. I mean, do you expect him in those moments to kind of, not necessarily a three-pointer, but making a winning play? Is that someone you kind of would think that would come through in that moment?
Yeah, I've seen it before, because we were when I was at Drake, we were playing in the championship game against Indiana State. We had a huge lead. They came all the way back. I think we were up 26, and they cut it to 2 with like a minute to go, and it was almost the exact same play. He's standing right in front of the bench, and Tucker had the ball, and Tucker fires it to him, and he fires that thing up there and makes it. Basically won the game for us. So. And I was trying to tell, during that game, I was trying to tell him to move to create space, but he didn't move. He said, "I'm shooting this." So, but no, that was a huge shot for us. He's not afraid. He just loves the moment. He loves competing and the challenge of every night.
When you look at trying to just lay the groundwork of what you want this place and program to kind of be, how important is a win like this and a crowd like that against that team?
Well, I think it's awesome. I mean, that's what this place is. Like, we love our hoops, and having that place full and rocking, and that's like I said, that's a huge advantage for us as we continue to move forward. And there's a lot of tough places to play in the Big Ten, but we want this to be the loudest, toughest place that there is, not only in the Big Ten but in the country, because it does matter and it does make a difference in games. And that effort by the crowd tonight was impressive.
Yeah, Darian, can you talk about the competitiveness you guys showed, especially in the last couple minutes, and then also your ability to have, you had 16 assists and only 8 turnovers?
Yeah, I thought our fight throughout the game, we were exhausted. We're a little shorthanded and stuff, and had guys play a lot of minutes. It was hot in there, and guys were giving great effort throughout. So those last 2 minutes, for a team that hasn't been in a lot of those situations together as a group, 2 minutes to go, big game coming down to the wire. I thought guys made some really big plays, and like you said, there was a little stretch in there. We had a couple turnovers, but other than that, we did what we were supposed to do. We got fouled. We got to the free throw line. We took care of the ball. We got a couple big stops in there to finish it off. So I thought their execution down the stretch was great.
Coach, you went to the student section after the game, and you pumped them up. Is that something you'd planned, but is that something that you also envisioned when you first stepped on the floor back in March?
No, I mean, I want this to be like, this is us. This is our program. It's our community. It's our students. I want them to feel their impact. It matters, because it does. And I want them to know, I've said it, in the summertime, we were very intentional to try to get out and meet students and have them get to know us. And we want them to feel like they're a huge part of it and have an impact on what happens out there, because they do. And they brought it today. So that was just a thank you.
When guys are getting tired late and things are tense late, how much does that crowd just sort of like give you that last little burst of energy that you need?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's late, it's in the middle, wherever. Like every time we needed that crowd tonight, they were there. And they never took a possession off either. So they played 40 minutes tonight. So that's there's not a lot of crowds. There's some good ones out there, but this is really, really special when it's like that. And tonight was as good as it gets in college basketball.
Coach, Nick mentioned a mindset change, something along the lines of bend, don't break. Where did that mindset come from? Who helped instill that, and where did that come from the last couple weeks?
Yeah, we just felt like, and we felt like in some a little bit of our tough stretch, like we had played well during good portions of games. We just had 3-4 minute stretches, and there's a lot of different stuff that went with them, but we just had to fix it, and that was our biggest thing. It's like we can't let mistakes compound, and in a few of those losses, that's what we did, and then it turned into a 10-0 run instead of a 6-0 run. I think the guys have been much better about mistakes are going to happen. Like, it's basketball. Like, it's not a perfect game. So we have to continue, like, just get to that next play. And if you have a turnover, just fix it, get it back. We had a play in practice yesterday. Josiah Miles drove. He was going to pass the corner. He left his feet. He was getting ready to turn it over, deflected it. The ball was going out of bounds. And he jumped and saved it and tapped it to Nick Dorn in the corner. And that was a big part of our film session, was you could have quit and given up on the play, but he didn't. And you know what happened tonight? He did the exact same thing. He had a play. He kind of messed up and bobbled a little bit. He didn't quit. He got the ball, and he threw it to the same guy. So maybe it's a new play we put in. I don't know. We'll put that.
Can you give us an update on Tatum Connerway, if it was the injury that held him out? And then Josiah Miles and Trent Sisley in short minutes provided a big spark tonight. What was your thoughts on their play?
Yeah, Tatum's still, kind of trying to come back from an ankle injury that occurred during the Iowa game. So, he's working hard to try to get back out on the floor, but he just doesn't feel like he's ready to go right now. And then, to your point, I thought the last two games, both Josiah and Trent, gave us some big moments. Even Trent, tonight didn't get a lot of time. He came in and made 2 free throws at a big time. So it says a lot about him. He's all about the team. He's all about winning. When his number got called, and that's what we've kind of been telling the guys here. We're shorthanded a little bit. Just when you get your number called, whatever amount of time it is, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you just leave it out there. And I think they've really bought into that and done a good job. Yeah, and it says a lot about even Josiah. Josiah hadn't played a lot this year. It had been really easy for his number to be called and him not be ready because he hadn't been putting in the work. But he's continued to work even though he hadn't been rewarded a lot for it in terms of playing time. And now when his number's called, he's able to go out there and do the things he needs to do to continue to grow. So I love the mindset he's had and Trent's had. And they do the work every day. And don't always get the minutes they want probably. But when their numbers got called, they came and produced. So that was great.
Coach, back here in the back, you talked about how day one when you got on campus, you knew how big of a rivalry this is. To get your first win against a ranked Purdue team, the first time you ever face them. How big is that for you, but also this program as you move ahead to the second half of the Big Ten schedule?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before the game. Like, rivalries are what make college sports great. Like this is what it is. This is why everybody loves the college sports, and these type of rivalries are fun. They should be. You got fan bases both care about their teams. They're both close to each other, and that's what it's supposed to be about. It's good. It's competitive. And that's for us. That's a big win. It's always, every win's a big win, but those rivalry games always got a little extra to them, and we were fortunate to come out on top tonight.
Purdue went up 23-19 in the first half, and I think you used a timeout right there, and you guys responded. I think that was probably the best stretch of the game. I think you outscored them 21-6 the rest of the half. What were you looking for out of that timeout, and what did you think about your team's response?
Yeah, I thought we just had a little tough stretch in there. Give him a little run. I thought we looked a little gassed too. I thought we needed a quick little breather to kind of hit a reset. I think the guys came out and they just kept doing what we're doing. We got into a little more space. I thought we were able to free up a couple of the shooters on a couple of possessions there, and fortunately knocked them down. That got us going back again.
Darren, Nick Dorn has become a dude for you guys, and you kind of needed that. You had Tucker and Lamar, who was carrying a lot of the weight, but how important is it to have yet another guy step up like he consistently has in these last few games?
Yeah, he's been great, and you could see him, from early in the year when he missed time and stuff. It takes a while when you're out that long just to get back in shape, then to get into game shape, and then find that rhythm back. And you can really see here the last couple of weeks he's starting to find it, and then the playing time started to come up and increase. So he's finding, his spots, where he fits in our offense, and our guys know where he is too. So he's gotten very comfortable in that, and as you can see, he's not afraid. So he'll let them go, and that's a great another option for us to continue to utilize and even grow into finding more ways to get him free.
I think even at your time at Drake and last year at West Virginia, your teams have won a lot of these big games or upsets or whatever. Just what is it about your teams that are always prepared to come out when these big games, the big opportunities are ahead of you?
I think the biggest thing, like every night, is just a belief that you're gonna, and you approach every game the same way. And to be honest with you, we approach every single game we play, like the exhibition games to the preseason to non-conference, conference games. Like our work and our the way we prepare is exactly the same for everyone, and we don't take anyone for granted. But we also have, instill is an incredible belief in them that they have to believe it first, and when you do that. It's 5-on-5, and that's it. You're out there, it'll be our fans, their fans, whatever, but those 5 people on the floor have to go compete and get it done, and we want them to believe whatever 5 we have out there that they can go find a way to get it done. Thank you all.